spiniest part of the scapula.
Perfect. Okay. So we have trapezius. The trapezius is going from C2 to T12 and then fanning out across to connect to the scapula and to the clavicle. And remember, trapezius is that most superficial muscle in the body, and it's the one that we squeeze when we get to work there. And trapezius is the muscle that holds all of our tension, physically speaking, in our bodies. Latissimus dorsi is absolutely enormous, and it's going from whatever it was, T2 or something, to T12, and fanning out vastly across the whole back and attaching onto the arm. Okay, which is why latissimus dorsi is a swimmer's muscle, because it's that entire back muscle body that is attaching to the arm that when you do this swimming action, makes it happen.
It brings the arm back when it contracts? Or?
The actual muscle is that, so it's the whole thing. I mean, remember, to swim, you're going to use every muscle group of the whole upper structure. You cannot isolate it all.
I think when a muscle contracts, what two bones are going to be closer together? And I was just curious, so it's like...
So in this case, it's that.
That's weird.
Okay, but it's really a lot of range of motion here. Okay, and so this is a pretty complex relationship.
There must be differential fibers.
Plus, latissimus dorsi is always working in concert with several other muscles. It's never working by itself. It can't. No muscle works by itself. And then we have rhomboids, which is the deeper one. And rhomboids is the one that connects the scapula, the medial aspect of the scapula, to the spine. And so it is rhomboids that helps us to retract our shoulder blades back and down to open our heart. Okay? So rhomboids retracts the scapula. Trapezius does a lot of stuff for helping support the head and the neck and just doing all sorts of superficial kind of actions of the shoulders. And latissimus dorsi is a major stabilizer of the back and a major actor in certain arm actions.
So for doing chaturangas the proper way, is it the rhomboids we use to bring the shoulders back and down?
It's everything, yes. The rhomboids would have to be engaged to retract the shoulder blades, yes. As so in the pectoralis, I mean, everything, all the, you know. So you chaturanga correctly, you're using, once again, you're using your whole body. But absolutely, if you're going to see someone go from here, where you don't want them to be, to here, where you do want them to be, that's going to be rhomboids that does it. Yeah.
And the cat-cow or the cat is
what cures rhomboids, this is what we talked about before. People that have that pain between the shoulder blades is very common. The only way to cure it is cat, stay here and breathe. Just keep breathing. And each exhale, you keep lifting the spine higher and higher up. Okay? And then obviously those people are going to avoid forearm stand, they're going to avoid headstand, they're going to avoid anything that involves scapular stabilization. Okay? Who's next?
And that kind of injury is more of like a muscle that won't release.
Yeah, that's not necessarily an injury.